Hello, my friends. Boomy here once again with another video for you. My friends, the Campfire chat happened. The live stream that Blizzard did this afternoon, it happened. It's a thing. Now, I did a video on my Let's Drive series, which is pretty much just like a campfire or a fireside chat with everyone in my community in the Boomy Nation world. But this is a companion piece to it, so that we're going to get a lot more detailed into this and what they talked about in the fire camp. Fire camp? The campfire. The fireside chat, whatever the hell it's called. But we're going to get more into it. And firstly, I'm going to say that I went into it somewhat optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. Because, hey, we've all played games. We've all experienced Blizzard. Heck, I've experienced BioWare. So believe me when I tell you, I understand when communication's not the best in the whole entire world. However, I will say, honestly, that I was impressed by this live stream. They didn't try to push a lot of stuff on us. They didn't blow us off and just go into something completely different, because if they had, the whole world would have just exploded. But they actually came in kind of solemn, and from what I gathered from it, from what they said, they realized they done effed up, and to the point to where they're like, we're never going to release a patch like we did with 1.1.0 ever again. And they went on to explain a lot of things. We're going to go into that in just a second on one of all the things they explained. But changes are coming our way. We had a big hotfix today for Nightmare Dungeons, and we're going to get some more hotfixes along the way, and we have a new patch 1.1.1 coming in a couple weeks. So for all the naysayers and keyboard warriors out there, I have to say, just shut up. Leave everyone alone. For the rest of us who are still playing, and let's be honest, the keyboard warriors, they're still playing too. So just stop yourselves. Let's get into what they had to say today on the live chat. So here's pretty much an overview of what they talked about. It said in the blue post that is coming with patch 1.1.1 in a couple weeks. So it's going to be way before mid-season of this thing. And I can't believe we're talking about mid-season. It's only been, what, a day and a half? And someone's already gotten to level 100? Dude, what do you do for a living? They say there will be another developer live stream next Friday, the 28th, I believe, to discuss patch 1.1.1. Sorcerer and Barbarian buffs will be the primary focus of this patch. Monster density will be increased in Nightmare Dungeons and during Hell Tides. There will be an additional stash tab. Elixir stack size will be increased to 99, and respec cost will be decreased by 40%. Level 50 to 100 experience will be adjusted so that the leveling will become easier, and patch 1.1.1 should be released within the next couple of weeks. They continue to say, when making changes to increase build diversity, let some builds to be overpowered until we have provided compelling alternatives. So this is pretty much how updates will be handled going forward in the future. And they did say they want to really work on communication. Now, like I said, I have been an influencer for Star Wars Old Republic for a very long time, and I've dealt with BioWare and all that jazz. And let me tell you, when it comes to communication, communication is key. So what they're doing right here is a great thing. They're not putting it underneath the rug. They're not ignoring everything. They're coming at you, and they're making changes. So this is a great thing. I'm just saying, I'm not a shill for Blizzard. I've been playing Blizzard games for not off, 11 some odd years, almost 12 years. Believe me, I love them, but I'm not a shill for them. At the same time, I'm going to nod my hat and, ruffle my beard for them when they do a great thing and they go in the right direction. This is what we're seeing. Let's continue. These meta changes will occur at predictable times, like the start of a season. In situations where a bug is causing game-breaking damage or crashes, we'll still react quickly. Patch notes will be communicated at least a week before the actual patch is available. And let's talk about bugs just for a second. Most of the time, we have no idea there's a bug going on. Like, I've dealt with different games and companies to where they're like iron-fisted, like, well, you're banned from the game because you used the bug. And most of the time, people are like, what are you talking about? I was just playing the game, and this is what happened. You can't ban me. I'm a big believer, like, listen, if it's in the game, it's part of the game. And if you realize it's a bug later on, no fault of my own. I had no clue it was a bug. So, yeah, I'm glad they're saying this now. and they're going to keep an eye on it because, yeah, sometimes people had bugs and like they thought they were OP, but you know, at the end of the day, it was actually a bug and you weren't OP. So what Blizzard's really trying to do is they're trying to bring some more balance to the game for the long haul and the future of the game. But how they went about it just was horrible. Like, nerfs are good for games only if you bring in some buffs on the other way so you can balance it out. They didn't do that in this patch, and they realized that because the community was in an uproar. Let's continue. Now, they're really big into the Diablo 4 mission statement, which pretty much, as you say, a wide variety of viable builds to discover, put together, and optimize across all 5 classes. New items and powers every season to keep the game fresh and increase build variety. And continually evolving endgame content with high monster density, which is something that they're bringing towards with the Nightmare stuff and Helltides, for powerful builds to mow down and activities to challenge your build. And they want to make the game more fun for players. And that's the biggest complaint I was seeing from people, is that they weren't having fun. And yeah, in a game, you want to have fun. In this type of game, you want fun and all the power in the universe. You want to be freaking He-Man, if I can date myself for a second. And I think Blizzard realized this, and I'm like, well, okay, wait, we're just going to do some changes here and there. We want you guys to have fun. We get it. We see it. We realize what we did. Let's continue. When it comes to the vulnerable damage was nerfed because it was overused in almost every endgame build. And tuning changes will continue to be made in order to make vulnerable damage more equal to other sources of damage. Now, yeah, a lot of times when all of our monsters and people we're going after, they hit their vulnerable, we went crazy and OP on them. So what Blizzard's really kind of trying to do is kind of trying to bring a good balance to it, which I'm okay with. That's totally fine. This type of game is all about like strategy and being overpowered and coming up with the best build to kill all the things. So I like to think of it as, okay, well, this is my chance to be able to do that. And that's really all it is. Blizzard is really just trying to balance out the game now so that maybe in the future we don't have a bunch of problems, that the longevity of Diablo 4 is pretty darn long. I'm hoping we have a Diablo 5 before 12 years hit, but it is what it is. As for Nightmare Dungeons are considered too difficult right now. Nightmare Dungeons will be rebalanced so that in the future, Tier 100 dungeons will be more simpler to the difficulty level of Tier 70 Nightmare Dungeons that are now. A hotfix that came today was set to decrease the difficulty of high-tier Nightmare Dungeons. When it comes to nerfs to the player power, which is a big argument for everyone right now, is that everyone got nerfed to the freaking ground. The developers have stated that there will not be a patch that nerfs classes this hard ever again. Also, cooldown reduction was changed because it was considered the most powerful stat in the game, which I guess is true. When it comes to our cooldowns, if they went on not forever and they went on too quickly, yeah, we can destroy all things, everything. And people were doing builds to make, the cooldown a lot shorter than it should be. So I'm not overly upset about this. I'm really not. I've heard people complain like the game is unplayable and I can't do anything. I have not experienced that. I haven't seen that for myself personally. Not saying that y'all haven't, but I'm just going off experience and what they're saying. But let's continue. When it comes to Season 2, Blizzard said there will be a new endgame activity, i.e. Nightmare Dungeon, Whispers, World Boss, etc., added in Season 2. So they're coming up with something brand new, something for us to chase, and that's awesome. I'm always for new content. There will be more options to target farm uniques in Season 2. Resistances will be reworked as a part of Season 2 as well. As for future updates, Blizzard said there will be additional updates after patch 1.1.1 and before Season 2. Leaderboards are planned for Season 3, and there will be opportunities to refight campaign bosses in the future. Players will have more opportunities to acquire Uber Uniques in the future as well. Now, when it comes to the Uber Uniques, people came out and asked questions about this, and Blizzard has said, yeah, you know what, they are extremely rare, and we kind of want them to be, but at the same time, you're right. practically no one's going to get them. So they're going to try to come up with different ways for Uber Uniques to be more available to people. So they're not going to be like you just open up. It's not going to be like a Diablo 3 and everyone gets all the pretty prize. You're still going to have to work for it. But I don't think we're going to have to work for it just as hard as we are right now, which is pretty much good luck finding that. You might as well just win the lottery first. So there you have it, my friends. We have another stash tab coming our way. We have 40% coming off of being able to play around and stuff like that. My friends, what we saw here today in the fireside chat, or the campfire chat, whatever. What we saw today was Blizzard actually saying, yeah, we heard you. We understand. And I think us as a community and as players also have to understand not everything can change overnight. And that's why we're going to have to wait a little bit. I mean, they've already done 2 hotfixes, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, since Season 1 launch, which was just the other day. And plus, we have a new patch coming 1.1.1 that has even more changes in there and buffs as well. So, Sorks, stand by. You're going to get some love. Don't worry. And Barbarians, my friends. Don't worry. Just grunt and drink some mead. You'll be fine. But this Blizzard is showing that, yeah, we've listened. Have they done exactly everything we asked them to do? No, and guess what? No dev company is. But I think this really showed them that they kind of overstepped it a heck of a lot. And the community came out and said, now, yeah, there is some keyboard warriors out there who, you know, sometimes you need a magnifying glass to see certain things to grow bigger. At the end of the day, the majority of us are still playing the game. We're not going out there trying to review bomb this game. We're going to come in, we're going to have fun. And Blizzard understands that. But when you want to get criticism, be constructive about it. If you're having bugs or issues in the game, be very detailed about it and let Blizzard know so they can fix it. Outside of saying, this thing doesn't work and I am mad. Well, how the hell are they going to ever fix it when, you know, it looks like a 2-year-old wrote the post? Yeah, come on, guys. As a community, we need to help the company just as the company gives us stuff to play with and break. I mean, that's just where I come from. So, yeah, I thought the Campfire was pretty good. I thought I was very pleased with it. I was very happy that they didn't brush us off or blow us off in any direction. And I'm looking forward to see what Blizzard does. Now, they made a lot of promises, and now they're going to have to keep them. Because they find themselves in a situation where if they don't, the longevity of this game could be very questionable. But I honestly believe this game has some teeth, and this game has a long road ahead of it. So let's get into it. Let's go and play and have some fun. Anyways, my friends, put your comments in the comment section below. Let's keep the conversation going. What do you think? What did you think about the Campfire live stream today? Or what are your thoughts on all this as well? Just remember to be nice, be kind. Don't be a twit stick, and everything will be kosher. It'll be great. Anyways, my friends, make sure you hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more the algorithm likes us. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show of YouTube and the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community. And don't forget to spay and neuter your butchers. We'll see you later, my friends. Good day.